Ryden, what do you think about Mayday Parade? Hard-hitting content here, folks.
Licks the microphone. Now, with most of the things that we do here on the reaction content, I don't know what the video is going to be. I just sort of find some videos that have emo in the title and put them into a playlist.
I mean, like, at some point, like, it works.
Nik Nocturnal, a YouTuber, guitarist, doing a lot of good stuff on TikTok, doing bands in 30 seconds. He's a very talented musician. So I'm like, yeah, I like you. Keep an eye out. I keep an eye on you. So he said Spotify's top emo songs, and he's got that raw XD on his eyes, and he's going to say
really gnarly
something about that.
Under eyes.
Let's go ahead and watch this Nik Nocturnal video talking about Spotify's top emo songs.
You know what's up today? We're going to be reviewing a Spotify emo playlist, so I got prepared. I got raw XD right here. Spotify's Emo Forever playlist. Surprisingly, a lot of people follow this. 1.5 million. So this better be a banger. Now, obviously, MCR is the cover, so I'm assuming their song is number one, probably with the Black Parade. All right, so let's get into this. Thanks to the memories. This is a god tier pick. I'm glad this is on here. I'm actually surprised it's so low. This should be a top 10. Mayday Parade. I wasn't really big into these guys, but that's a fine pick.
Jersey should have been a single. It's a good song.
I also don't listen to much Mayday. Like, the most I probably listen to Mayday is over the past couple of years.
Yeah.
But Jersey, I always, yeah. But Jersey is like one that I always hear. I'm like, this has to be a single, right? And I'm like, why is it not?
I know. It's kind of weird because Jersey is a very good song. And I think that, like, if I play Jersey at a DJ set, people will know it. If I play Black Cat, they don't. If I play When I Get Home, You're So Dead, they don't. And those two are singles.
Oh, yeah, buddy. Honestly, one of my top 5 emo bangers. Sing it if you know it.
What's weird about this is experiencing somebody who is like not just listening to all these songs on a daily basis. I understand that there are people who like go to this playlist and they're like, oh, you know what? This might be like a good listen today and a difference from all the other music I listen to every other day.
Right.
And we're like, what are you talking about? Like, this is the only music.
Well, even like people who did listen to this like in high school only, or like exclusively only in high school and college even, and then they just stopped listening to it. It's like, well, what did you listen to for like the rest of your life? Like, do you not listen to music? I've heard a lot of people tell me that they just haven't listened to like this music since they were in high school. And I'm like, were you not traumatized enough?
Get in here. Let's go, Haley.
See, like me, like seeing Misery Business and like listening to Misery Business is like, it's Tuesday, you know?
More Taking Back Sunday. My goodness. I mean, fair. Cute without the E. Cut. That's so cringe. Oh my.
He's thinking about this way more than I've ever.
Yeah, I was about to say, I've never thought that much about it. I saw it. I'm like, yeah, that's emo.
Yeah, I thought at the time.
I thought it made sense. I mean, now at the time you look at it now, like, yeah, it's cringe, but I've seen other like pretty cringe titles, so it doesn't really matter.
Are we jaded?
I think we've become pretentious
about emo.
Yes, but not in like the annoying way.
Are you sure? We have a podcast.
We're professionals.
Professional, jaded, pretentious. We DJ emo nights. We're partakers of the emo events. We're partakers of the night times. I do feel like a lot of the time we're just sort of like, all right, got to play them bangers, you know, hit them bangers up. I've been asked, I don't know if you've been asked this a lot, but I've been asked like, oh, is this like what you listen to like all the time? Like you was always listening to this. It's like, no, dude, because I listen to it too much and we talk about it all the time. Yeah. It's just very strange when you see somebody who like doesn't listen to it all the time.
Yeah.
And like it feels like the audiences at emo nights are pretty much like, no, this is our vibe, this is what we do all the time, like this is it. I don't know if we like see a lot of people who are like, I'm hearing this like again for it's been so long, man. I haven't thought about Misery Business in like 10 years.
I've had some people come up to me and like say that, and I'm like, that's absolutely fucking wild to me. Like it blows my mind. Like I just don't understand it.
All right, now we're getting to the real big boys of emo right here. Yeah, Helena should probably be top 5 at least. You're right.
It should be top 5, but I don't think my assumption of this playlist is that it's not in like order. It's just thrown in there. It's a good shuffle.
Yeah. And like I have an emergency emo backup playlist like for on Spotify just in case we ever need it. And it's first of all, it's nicely curated in order. It syncs up with the next song. You don't fucking shuffle it.
Lizzie
All
literally
right?
just said, "You know I keep that fucking thing on me," about her backup emo playlist in case of emergencies. I need my emotional comfort playlist.
It's like when you have your little like your comfort like stuffed animal or like
Yeah. It's like that, but it's music and it's in a Spotify app. Having like some of these songs on here, so it's a little bit more like a like just all of the bands, like different types and different vibes. Obviously, like Armor for Sleep, Funeral for a Friend, Circus Survive are going to be a much different vibe than like My Chem, Paramore. So I also do appreciate that. And I feel like giving this playlist to somebody would, you know, if you're like, I haven't heard a lot of these songs in a while, like definitely get into fucking some of these songs.
Okay. I mean, I love Rise Against. I'll take it. I feel like emo kids.
Also, he's right. Rise Against is a
Rise
little bit
Against
adjacent.
fucks.
And I was going to say that with Offspring, which was at the bottom there. I was going to say the same thing there because it didn't.
Offspring
need to
is
be
adjacent. Well, some of their
adjacent.
songs like Gone Away, Christy, Are You Doing Okay? Most of their singles are very emo adjacent.
Adjacent, yeah. But like I might say, maybe we put that on like the pop punk one and not so much the emo one. And then they started getting like a real talk, but it's like everything else on this list currently that we're looking at here is all definitely emo. So yeah, you can maybe move Rise Against into the other one.
Kids listen to this for sure. Is it emo? Stretch, but I'm not going to complain. I could see kids listening to this on this playlist. That's my point. Right. God tier banger. I love Rise Against. No, wait. I was considering it. No.
Now
It's adjacent.
No, I'm going to come back here and I'm going to say on Sempiternal, Bring Me the Horizon is emo. And forward from Sempiternal, Bring Me the Horizon is emo. They transitioned and the emo kids took it and it's emo now. Can You Feel My Heart is an emo song. It's heavy, but there's a lot of heavy emo songs. AFI, Miss Murder is on this list right now. That's a heavy song. That's got some screaming in it. You got some From First to Last down on that list there. Emily itself is not a heavy song, but there's some From First to Last songs that are very heavy. They got breakdowns. You can't say, if it's heavy, it can't be emo because there's a lot of heavy stuff. There's post-hardcore in emo, The Used, Story of the Year, Thrice.
Shouldn't be on this playlist. I love this song. No. I was like, well, maybe. No. It does not fit. I'm sorry.
You're wrong, Nick. You're wrong, Nick. You're wrong, Nick.
Hawthorne Heights. Okay, this is the song that I even had Andy on the show, and we both got so flamed because we didn't know it. Okay? Chill out.
You should.
That's insane.
That's insane that you don't know like one of the arguably biggest emo, like an emo like band that also is considered like OG emo too.
I love the shitty screaming back in the day.
It was again, I say it all the time. That song and that first Hawthorne Heights record was like, we gotta jump on the wagon right now. My Chemical Romance, they're doing numbers. We gotta do some My Chemical Romance numbers. We gotta do those used numbers.
Oh, hi again. Like I love Hawthorne Heights with my whole ass
your opinion
heart.
is like you're.
But my thing is, there were so many bangers off of If Only You Were Lonely.
Lizzie is about to say the most dick righty statement that we've ever heard on the podcast.
What?
We're moving on. We're going to talk about Escape the Fate.
It is. There's the Situations. I mean, it's a god tier bop.
It is good. Situations is a good song.
Situations do go.
And then moved on to Downfall of Us All, which yes,
it is pretty
firmly
heavy.
believe that Homesick is one of is a perfect record from top to bottom. Incredible songs, no skips.
That's what I've heard. I never got into them is the thing. Like there's certain like heavier bands I just never got into.
Emo playlist, but whatever. I don't think so. It's fun. I don't think it's pop punk core. Get in here.
Correct.
Get in here.
I'm so biased because I love this song, but
Alexis on Fire never hit me, and I wish they did because I've liked City in Color, and when the other singer went to play with Gallows for a while, I liked both of those, and I was like, God, I wish I could just get fucking into Alexis on Fire. And yes, it's Canada. Like Canada will make you like Alexa's on fire. There's just nothing you can do.
Is that like a citizen requirement?
Yeah. We do it with Chicago. Like if there's a band from Chicago, we're like, oh, they're from Chicago, I'll take a listen. If somebody came to you and they said, oh, this band's from fucking Miami, you'd be like, I don't give a shit. Oh, this band is right out of Raleigh, North Carolina. Fuck them.
I mean, listen, if someone lived here and came up to me like on like follow up, I'm like, you live here in Chicago. I don't think you can anymore.
I don't know if this is post-hardcore. This is a bit past emo, but I'm just gonna be living in
Post-hardcore could be on the
denial and
list,
pretend
Nick.
that
It's
it
fine.
deserves to be here.
It gets in there.
Absolutely.
Okay, now hold on. I know I'm pausing it right here, but it is weird that he's like on this like post-hardcore thing. Like some of these bands are too heavy, but then like Under Oath is Nick. They're all the same.
Yeah.
If Under Oath belongs, they all belong because nothing that Bring Me the Horizon did on Sempiternal and after that is any
Under Oath was
more
in the
heavy
same
than
vein
Under
as
Oath.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking love Under Oath. Absolutely.
Under Oath had to be here. This album alone had such a huge impact on the emo, post-hardcore, and metalcore
True.
scene at the exact same time.
True.
I would have put Decode.
I mean, again, we know this playlist is not in like popularity order. I'm sure they also like switch this up quite a bit because a lot of these editorial playlists are like adjusted. That's what you get as a banger, though.
No, it is a banger.
I feel like this is a good pick, but there are better Paramore picks.
Yes.
I definitely would have put Decode over this. Number one. The numbering doesn't matter. We need Right Sins Not Tragedy, Panic at the Disco. Oh, we need the Mars song. Yeah, 30 Seconds to Mars. It has.
Correct.
I'll actually be disappointed if 30 Seconds to Mars isn't on here. Probably out of anything else. And Black Parade. I mean, there was so much MCR that like it's fine if there's not the Black Parade.
Are none of these on here?
Thank God, honestly.
Number one, Emo Forever playlist. Don't disappoint.
That's right. It is.
I hate
put
that.
this on, and I'm like, what? That's right.
Now
it is very
Everyone's like,
odd.
hello.
Spot. What are you doing? What are you doing over there? Does anyone
It
work
is
there?
very odd. It is very odd
Who
that Dance
works
Gavin
there?
Dance is number one.
I even never associated them with emo.
Warped
Never.
Tour and stuff.
But Warped Tour spanned so many other genres.
Exactly. So I think it's only in that like adjacent thing.
But here's if you have someone at Spotify. Spotify has certain playlist curators. Sure, you could probably have some that are like they have more of an affinity towards like maybe alternative or alternative rock or hard rock. They can't know every single thing. If they see like, oh, if the kids like these 4 bands, they must like these other 4 bands because they all kind of sound the same. That's usually how it does happen.
Sounds like a fever dream. And Weedles and screaming and
Weedles.
a luscious singing voice over all of it. Look, I'm a big Dance Gavin Dance fan, so I got no gripes or qualms with this as far as my listening habits. But I do think it is very not correct for this. This is an odd pick to start the play. That's all I'll say is like if I was going to start the playlist, I would put a Mike Kemp song in there, much like the cover.
Something that's like an intro song that you know everyone's going to know or at least be aware of.
Yeah, I do think that like if you're going to get somebody into the playlist, you got to bring them in on something they might already know and then be like, well, yeah, you like this, like here's some more. And so having it just as like, you're walking in the door, you see the Emo Forever playlist. You're like, oh, look at that. Look at those My Chemical Boys. Let's go ahead and put that on.
Boy.
Look at those My Romantical Chemists. Let's put it on. Put on that playlist. Start from number 1, just play it through. And then you just hear and you're like,
I kind of like that actually.
I don't think that's what I wanted.
You came off a little bit too strong there.
I'm disgusted. Banger song. Disgusted that that's the pick. I dressed up like a dumbass for you today, Spotify, and then you disrespect me like this? No. Sorry, 1 second. 1 second. It was a mistake. Let me show you. This was the number 1 song in the playlist. Guys, my bad. I overreacted. Yeah, W for Spotify. They did great. This was song 1.5 on the playlist. Apologies.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, guys. My bad. There's also a -1 on the playlist.
I am wondering if like
there's also a -1 on the playlist.
Some of these songs are just.
Apologies.
It is odd that these wouldn't be in there.
Yeah, unless they were like, let's try to switch it up.
But like, switch it up.
But then,
put
at least you still have to put Panic in.
We said
like period. Any Panic at that point.
We said
like,
Jersey was on there, and that's cool. But it's like, yeah, because I figure you were gonna have, these other songs that he's mentioning right now already in there, so we don't have to worry about them. They're already gonna be there.
Yeah.
Switch it up, but don't switch it up to be like, oh, Like
Too different.
there's only like 30 emo songs. Like that's it. Then you're done. Then the night's over.
That's honestly
Go
how I
home.
feel whenever we DJ emo nights now. I'm like, I feel like we've already played all of them.
If you're
and
coming
I
to
don't
an
know what
emo
else to
night
do.
and you're like, it's really weird that they always have like this fucking new metal block. Because we're out of songs, dude.
We don't know what else to do.
We're out. We're fresh out of songs, bro. They're not cooking up anymore. All
I
we
can only
have is new Fall Out Boy, where they're fucking like, we didn't start the fire, but here's a shitty song anyway. And Ronald Mother effing Radke writing a song about fucking what if Papa Roach had strings? That's the new metal. Garbage. We got garbage.
We just need more